Welcome back. Oh shit.
It's all right.
Cold open. My bad.
I cut it.
All right then. I didn't even know you was about to start, man. Let me get my
Oh, my
notes
bad. I
up,
should have
man.
queued you up, man. All right, look, we'll
Yeah,
treat
you
all this
good. You
as this is
good.
junk food right here.
All right, we good. We ready?
We locked in, yes, sir.
We open the episode with Walt staring in the mirror. We don't know what's going on. He just asks a question, how does it look? At first, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was like, man, is this a flashback to when he first shaved his head? Like, what's going on? But we zoom out and we see he's in a dingy, dusty motel, and he's asking about talking to a gun salesman. He also appeared in Better Call Saul, by the way. But he's telling Walt that anyone worth a damn will be able to see that he's carrying. So we know Walt is in the process of trying to buy a gun. Real quick, when y'all realized he was buying a gun, what did you think he was doing with that gun? What do you think his purpose was? Before he even gets into the speech, do you remember when you first watched this? Did you wonder like, what's Walt getting a gun for? We know obviously the whole Gus shit, but that's very un. Did you think he was going to kill Gus, or do you think he was just trying to protect himself?
You
I
know
thought.
what?
Go ahead.
Um, when in first watching this, I do remember this being like a eyebrow raising moment. Like, oh, what's this? What's going
Hmm.
on here? It was intriguing. This probably one of the best cold opens to a terrible episode that we have. But yet I didn't know, and that's what made me so intrigued about the episode. What is this? Like what Walt behind a gun? Who he think he gonna kill? He gonna get himself killed. All of
Hmm.
these things were going through my head the first time I watched it. Now on this, after watching it others, this is one of the most irritating cold opens because I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here. You and that snub nose and all y'all get out of here. Fuck out all of this. Get out of here.
That's the funny thing about it. I didn't think he had any. I scoff at the idea, laugh at the idea of Walt like trying to be the aggressor with a gun. You know what I mean? It just doesn't even make sense. So that wasn't. I thought it was for self defense. Gus got that nigga shook, and then throughout the episodes, you realize all this nigga playing on, especially when he even did the draw. And they kind of talk about it in the scene. We'll get back to it. Um, the gun salesman asked him, if you're worried about concealing a gun, you need a 38 special, stub nose. If you can't get it done with 5 shots, and Walt heard this a couple times this episode. If you can't get it done with 5 shots, the extra six won't even matter in the automatic. So this might be your best choice. You know what I mean? It's old school. Go ahead and get it done. Walt is way out of his depth, in my opinion. He doesn't even know if the gun is on the correct side of his hip. Like Walt is way out of his depth.
Look at him when
Oh
he's
boy, even
sitting on the
looking at him
bed.
too. Yeah,
He
he
feels
like
sorry
what,
for him. Oh boy, feels
bruh.
sorry for him.
That's why it leads to that conversation of listen, man. I've been doing this long enough, for almost 30 years. I've been doing this long enough to know not to ask a man's business, but I gotta ask you, bruh. Is this for defense? Because I see the way you handling this. I see that this ain't you ain't like the people I normally sell to. So if this is really for self defense, because I don't think you're gonna kill nobody. You just ain't got that in you. We know it's different, but dude don't think it. That's how he comes off. If you just need it for self defense, you might as well go buy a legal gun and save yourself some money. Like I'm talking myself out of a deal. That's how much I'm sitting here like, bro, this ain't right. Something's off about this. And Walt kept saying, nah, man, it's for self defense, man. I'm gonna go ahead and just buy it anyway. We find out that Saul set up the meet. What do y'all think about this entire scene? Just the idea of Walt buying a gun with our code open.
Um, I remember the first watch. I think I was thinking like more self defense, not thinking he was because he kept emphasizing defense, but obviously trying to be on offense. Um, and thinking like kind of feeling like, yo, I get the defense because of what happened last episode, but it still felt a little dramatic. The watching it this time is just this. It's hard. Like, and again, y'all know y'all gonna get quotes, but it just fits this. Like, it just feels like Walter White as a character. Like for me, the jig is up. Like I don't believe you. It's still like all the stuff that you've managed to get off Jesse, hurry up, do it. I still don't believe this guy. Maybe we're not supposed to. Maybe we're supposed to always remember this is just Walter White, the scientist that happened to get into the drug. Like, it's just, I don't believe you. You look silly. And there's a scene that really emphasizes that later. But what I did find slick, and I don't know if it's intentional, but it's something I noticed. Last episode's called Box Cutter. This episode's called 38 Snub. It's given this vibe of don't bring a knife to a gunfight, which could be some foreshadowing. You know what I mean? You know, down the road. Like that's kind of what I was looking at. I was like, that's an interesting thing right there. But yeah, it was interesting. I thought the dialogue was really good. I liked it. You know, I like when they sit in it and it feels real. Their foundation is in realism, but he just looks silly as always doing this. And it's like I feel like he's caring more about his look than the actual, you know, the science of like actually getting it off. You know what I mean? Because dude told him like with the 5 shots, those were hollow tips, right?
Yeah, he told him to go buy a box of hollows. He told him to buy some different shit. But man, were you done?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, get Walt the fuck out of here, man. Get even like what we was talking about in the group chat. This show this series, this episode really made me consider what we were talking about in the group chat because I thought we were past shit like this. And I'm gonna reiterate this throughout the episode. I'm gonna reiterate it because I feel like the people Breaking Bad lives really good on its reputation versus what it really did in the field. Like as I'm going back through this, I'm starting to notice this now. Like it's way too late for an episode like this. The gun dude is really good in this scene.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston's a great actor, but
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the scenario of this series. Like that was good as a cold open, and I'll leave it there. But I just want to be very vocal throughout this review
Oh yeah.
of like this episodes and the legacy and what it does to the legacy of the series.
And we got 1 season left, right?
Yeah, after this, we got 1 season left.
This is
So
insane.
I think this is the 35th episode of the series.
Insane.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Spike Lee. That's the one thing that stuck out to me. It's not that the episode's bad. It's we're too far in the series for it to be this bad. You know what I mean? And I know every show has a filler episode or a transition episode, but see, this is down there. Like this is a bottom 5 Breaking Bad episode, in my opinion. Even after
Damn.
all the stuff we watched in the first 2. Yes, this is not a. I was sitting here like, what the? Am I tripping?
This right
Like,
here
I
with
really
Peekaboo
was-
to me. This and Peekaboo are the worst 2 episodes that I remember seeing of this. I'm excluding the Fly because we made that Fly. But
Fly better than this, easily.
The Fly better than
easily
this.
better than
The
this.
Fly is better than
Absolutely.
this.
Damn, I didn't say I didn't feel that way. I did feel that
This episode's terrible.
no, it's not. It's not a good episode. It's down. It's definitely down there. But it felt like Breaking Bad had figured out how to do these episodes better now. But y'all feel totally different. So that's mind blowing to me because I didn't think it was a good episode. But
Let me be fair. I'm sorry not to cut you off, Mo.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm clear on this. From what they've been giving us, like we thought we were out of this phase. We went
That's
through
true.
2 seasons of this.
we had 3 episodes in a row back to back to back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we usually, because I remember my first watch, and that's part of it too. I remember reaching a point in the show where I just couldn't stop watching. You know what I mean? Like I just couldn't stop watching because the plot was so interesting. And when I look back on it, going back to the original point of its living off its reputation, you realize, oh, this shit really ain't. When you use a logical brain, like this shit kind of odd. And
Bro.
just the way they put it together, I'm also, like I said, I'm comparing it to Breaking Bad. I know, as far as other television and things like that, I still got a certain level of production, acting, things of that nature that I can appreciate. But when you talk about this world and it being prestige TV, like Spike Lee mentioned it earlier, I put it in the group chat, like, bro, I'm starting to think Breaking Bad ain't prestige. It ain't prestigious. Like, and I know that sounds crazy, but we get to that point. I know it's going to clean itself up as we move along. We still got some crazy events and episodes, but right now I can't believe we're at episode 35 of the entire series, and this is the product you give us.
Yeah, this is just the chick that
It stinks.
Yeah, it's just the chick that you thought it was one way until the makeup came off. Like this show is that. It's like when the makeup's hitting and all that, you thinking. Well, I'll say this real quick, and I know we're gonna get into the opening. I said Breaking Bad is Kid Cudi, and the reason it's Kid Cudi is because, for the most part, I am not a Kid Cudi fan. I don't really care for his music, but every once in a while, he gonna give you some crazy hums. He gonna give you a crazy like soundtrack of my life. He gonna give you these moments like, dang, maybe he could be good. Maybe this could be like something there. But then he give you all this other stuff and this alternative and all. It's like, bro, what is this? Why do people like this so much? And that's why I feel Breaking Bad is, bro. It's Kid Cudi, bro. Like I
That's
just,
funny.
I just, yeah, I don't know, bro. But Yeah, that's all I got for the cold open, man.
Nah, that's cool. I don't know how I feel about that. That's interesting.
Were you a Kid
That's
Cudi fan?
interesting. I need to think of hell nah.
Ah,
I was
Uh,
gonna say.
hell nah.
now
That would have been my most surprising
that
fact
kid
about
see
Rich.
Ghost was that was
Nah, that
that
shit was awful. That shit was like
I
this
don't know.
episode.
oh
Couldn't tell
wow,
me.
never mind.
The best
I'm
thing
a,
about
I
tough
that
crowd,
was the intro with
tough
with
crowd,
Pusha T.
tough
Pusha T intro
crowd.
was the best thing about that album.
Hey,
I don't
you
even.
didn't like that moving forward?
I don't even know what that is.
I didn't even listen to the
It's
album.
really a mental health song. I'm gonna send it to you.
All right, bet.
Please
I'm
don't.
not laughing like that. I will listen to it. I
He
promise.
said, "Please
No,
don't."
you won't. No, you won't. You're not. You're not. I might as well have
I
sent
just-
you Drake. You're not gonna listen, bro.
Yeah, you need to. I need a reminder. I need you to like. I need a reminder because my brain doesn't subconsciously go to like
Okay.
Drake R&B. I need to
Yeah.
listen to this.
Well, no, but let look. If I send this tomorrow, will you listen?
I promise you, I'll listen
Okay.
to it.
All right.
I promise you.
That's
But
fair
you gotta
enough.
text it. Like texting me, you gotta actually send me the song so I can. In
I'm
my
gonna
brain,
send you the
I'm gonna
song.
be like, all right.
I'm gonna send you the
And
song.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have you do so much work, but I really,
No, that's not a problem. I think that song when you listen to it, because sometimes you ain't, it's a lot of stuff is in the mood, in the moment, and all that. But like, if I send that song, give it a chance. I think you'll be like, okay, this is cool. Like, this is I see where like, But yeah, I'll send it to you tomorrow.
No doubt, man. I'm with it.
That's how bad this episode is. We talking about Kid Cudi songs. I just bear with us this episode, man.
Bear with me.
Breaking Bad did it to us, then we gonna do it to you, goddamn.
Let's get into this shit, man. Let's get into it, man. Welcome back to another episode of No More Half Measures, a Breaking Bad podcast. I'm your host, Rich, joined by the world-class Maurice Hunt III and the legend Spike Lou. Fellas, how you feeling?
What up, though?
Hey, Mochaccino in the building, shebang.
At
We
least they're
appreciate,
getting
man. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us as always, man. Thank you. Please continue to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. If you know anybody watching Breaking Bad, share this with them, even though this might not be the best one because there's not going to be a ton of great things to say about this episode, but it is what it is. We also have a ton of other content. You can follow us on Instagram. You can see all our stuff on the Instagram page, so you can find us from there. Our Instagram handle is NMHM underscore Breaking Bad Pod. Once again, that's NMHM underscore Breaking Bad Pod. Email address is no more half measures pod at gmail.com. And with that being said, we do have a few comments that we want to read. Let's see. We got Sly the Designer on our last episode. Welcome back, gentlemen. 2 weeks was hella long. My bad. Let me move this up. Welcome back, gentlemen. 2 weeks was hella long. Y'all got me through Monday mornings when I'm doing timesheets and week prep. Keep up the cook. No more half measures, gentlemen. Also wrote, I love the writing of Skylar. She's intelligent in her own way, but she's not street smart. She is smart enough to try teaching Walter about the importance of appearances and the need to know how to explain every purchase. How are two unemployed people buying their son a Mustang, the $300 bottle of alcohol? Her lack of street smart shows when she's researching things she shouldn't, or she's saying incriminating stuff over the phone without realizing how problematic it is. Both sides of her exist without making one or the other seem out of place. Her character is written so well, and we rarely give them props for that. I do agree with that. I think we have been Skylar
That's a good
apologists
observation.
talked about. Yeah, it really is. They do give Skylar a lot to do. And give her that smart, but she still does goofy shit like that. That is weird representation. That might be why we enjoy her more this time around than the original.
Skylar's like so much is her character's just totally different now to us in the rewatch, and we've been apologists for her for the longest now. And shout out to that man making y'all Monday mornings, man. Like I'm glad that we are your source of entertainment to help you get through the mundane part of the regularness of life. Shout out to Christopher Moltisanti.
No doubt.
Appreciate
appreciate you, Sly. We have a comment from RL Smith. Shout out to our guy RL. After listening to this review and the criticism of the Victor character, the writer could have fixed some of the issue by having Victor and Gale have some kind of bond prior to Gale getting shot. They could have
Thanks.
had a cold open or earlier episode scene in which Victor is watching them helping Gale cook a batch, or Victor having a discussion with Gale during which he reveals his own background and making him dealing meth. This would have given motivation to Victor's change in emotion and decision making in his discovery of Gale's body and his attempt to cook. This would have also provided a bit of contrast comparison to Walt and Jesse's partnership or something. Hey, I'm not the one who writes. That's a nice tie.
That was good though,
It
and
was
great
good,
ending.
absolutely.
Now that was good,
They
bro.
needed-
Don't sell yourself short, bro.
Yeah, man. Definitely a great ending on that one. And that's a great point. They had to do something. I tried to ignore it, man.
Mo talking to that nigga like a make a wish.
I tried to ignore it. I tried to ignore it. I promise. I tried to move past it, man.
Mo talking to that nigga like he was visiting him in the holiday.
Y'all gotta chill. I made one statement. Y'all turned it into
Nigga patted him on his back.
You don't understand. Nah, Mo. The reason this shit's so funny because I swear on everything I was about to make a comment on it, but I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let that shit rock. His Spike was like, nah. Hey, that shit's hilarious because you did. You might as well call him champ.
Kid, man.
You might as well call him champ, Mo. Yeah, keep going, champ.
shit.
You got it, buddy.
That's cool.
I
Hey,
have
that's
slid
cool,
out of
Kyle.
the. Hey, I just slid out of the A mic, moved to BC
Oh,
mic,
man.
and still getting.
Nah, bro, that's hilarious, man. Mo, you don't know how funny you are, bro. We keep telling you that all the time. Because the fact that both of us picked up on that, don't sell yourself short.
He hit him with the Jerome.
You can make it to the league,
He hit him with
yeah.
the Jerome, Mo. Hey, man, get that dumb shit out of here, man. Get
Y'all, y'all so fried.
What Jerome
bro.
say?
Get the fuck out of here, little nigga.
Get the fuck
Take
out
that
of
dumb
here,
shit
nigga.
with you.
Take that dumb shit.
Y'all,
Oh man.
y'all the worst. Oh,
Shout out to
man.
RL, man. RL, man. We just fucking around.
Hey,
Mo,
please,
Trying. That
Mo
nigga
funny,
told
man.
RL to keep
Hey, RL,
trying,
keep
man.
writing in.
God damn.
RL, keep writing in. Don't stop writing in after this, please.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
God damn,
Y'all are
bro.
so
You
stupid,
You
bro.
the funniest nigga. Well, you one of the funniest niggas on the planet, bro.
I swear I
God,
was
that
trying to let
nigga
that.
said it's
I
all
was,
right, bro.
I was trying to let
Don't try to
shit
put that
go,
on
man.
me either, Rich. You did
Y'all-
that.
Nah.
You host the show.
Y'all too
You
both
looked
fried.
at me. I was gonna be quiet.
Hey, man.
You looked at me and you
Hey, y'all
paused.
for real, like y'all for real, like brothers, for real. Like y'all for real, like brothers, man.
He
Oh,
looked at me
shit.
and paused, man. And being a good podcast, I had to feel the air, man. He left it there. He the host. This is Rich's fault.
Y'all
RL,
definitely
this
like
is all
y'all,
about-
bro.
this is
Y'all
all
definitely
Rich.
like
That was-
brothers, bro.
That was the glitch in my brain when I'm like,
man.
am I tripping right now, or did that just
And
feel
then-
like some little nigga shit?
And then you looked at me and what happened?
And I confirmed my thought was true. Like, oh, I wasn't tripping.
Oh my gosh.
That nigga patted him on the back. God damn.
Oh,
Y'all ever
man.
see? Y'all ever see the dude on Instagram that like he does the skits where
shit.
black people clown you for anything?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah, man.
that's what y'all are like. Yeah, like
Hey, I'm sorry, man. That shit funny, bro.
this nigga pat niggas on. He pat him on the back, try to be positive.
Oh,
Look at him.
man.
Man. Hey, man, you can be
That's
anything you
funny,
want to
bro.
be. You can be anything you want to be when you grow up.
Look at y'all. Look at y'all.
Reading rainbow ass quote.
Yeah,
Told him that's it.
he said read a rainbow. I
Oh,
can't. Y'all.
All right, man. We gotta get back to it.
Ariel,
man.
we ain't
Yeah,
not
this ain't about you,
laughing,
Ariel. I promise it ain't, man.
But y'all.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
Mo, I love
stay
you,
getting
man. I
cooked,
love
boy.
you, Mo, man.
I love you, man. Nah, for real, Mo.
I
Like,
appreciate
swear on
it.
everything.
God.
Stay getting cooked,
Because
bro.
you don't be trying. If you was trying, it wouldn't be funny,
what
bro.
make
You
it
really
funny.
don't be trying. Like, you just.
Oh my god.
That was
I
genuine.
know that was
That's
genuine.
why it
Yeah, that
funny.
was sincere
that
from
was
you.
genuine. You really meant that.
I did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why me and Rich the fucked up.
Y'all gonna be laughing about this a few days down the road for sure. Y'all gonna think about it.
This,
Like,
hey, this might go up there with the email and shit. Bro, 'cause
yeah?
that was funny. Yeah, that was
shit.
funny.
goodness.
All right, man. We gotta go.
Shit.
We
don't
got a
say
DM
yourself
from
short,
Monica. Yeah, man.
God
We
damn.
got a deal from Monica, man. I feel like Marie experienced a pivot this season when Hank got shot. I remember her saying to Skylar that his disinterest in the El Paso promotion has affected how she felt about him. But after his encounter with the twins, she turned into the devoted wife, also shown in Better Call Saul. I guess his surviving that attempt on his life underlined what a badass he is, at least in her eyes, which is a big part of the appeal for her. Very much looking forward to season 4. Also rewatching The Wire right now and just starting that season 4 as well by coincidence. Although y'all probably won't get to that series until about 2029, I'm still excited for it. Take care, best Monica. Oh man, now we gotta get to it before that, Monica. We appreciate you as always. Thank you. Thank
She
you for
dang near right
writing
though, because
in.
if we choose Thrones, that's 8 seasons, bro.
Um,
It probably won't be 2020.
We got to figure out another format or something like to be able to do.
Yeah, because you think about 8 seasons, bro. Like, I mean, Sopranos got
Yeah, we'll figure something
7
else out.
seasons, whatever. But
yeah, I'll look at the episode.
We might get a
count.
big check before then and have a whole lot of free time to do it. So we might even be working by then and be doing this full time. So
yeah,
No doubt, man. I'm just curious now. How many episodes are there of Game of Thrones?
of
Just
the
out of curiosity.
like 86,
74.
74.
oh, less than
Yeah,
Sopranos.
there's more,
So less than
there's more
Sopranos.
episodes than Sopranos. Yeah.
Okay, so that took us about 2.5.
Mhm.
2.5, 2. Okay.
Yeah, about 2, a little bit over 2. Yeah, so all right. We got one more YouTube comment. We're recording on a different day, so the one who writes wasn't able to get his email in.
And I did put a
However-
post, fellas, by the way, on our
I saw
Instagram.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I saw it. Appreciate you, man. But we do hear from our guy Kiori. Shout out to Kiori, man. This is about Box Cutter. What up, my good fellas? Sorry that I've been AFK. I don't know what that is. I've been AFK for the past few episodes. What's that? Anybody know?
Away from something. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Kiori, I don't know what that means, but let us know. I'm curious now. There's not usually too much shit I don't run into that I don't know. But sorry that I've been AKF for the past few episodes. I saw the Fly episode was up next and thought I'd flee to Puerto Rico to get drunk under the table. R.I.P. to Big P. I was highly expecting to come back to a Blue Sky episode, but I guess Victor goofy ass messed that up for y'all. Your pod got me thinking his Shadow the Hedgehog gas was more edgy than intimidating. Speaking of edging, that's a wild transition, by the way.
Facts.
Speaking of edging, I missed out on commenting this on the half measures. Kior, he wild for that. I missed out on commenting this on the half measures episode. If Acid Jacks can no longer shout out Magamo and Movio, and Movio won't be used until later, we got to call the Hank Bone scene the Hank Boner scene, the Maury moment. I said my piece, Chrissy. Glad to be back, and thanks for the content as always.
Hey, listen. Don't ever associate me with Marie. Like, what the? Marie is crazy.
Marie, the Marie moment, man. I think it was just an honor of you, man. You know, just because.
Yeah, I know
Mo.
the content that I used to put out. I've learned from my ways.
But
I'm giving reading rainbow speeches out now.
Before we
pat niggas on the back now. We ain't even, hey little nigga.
give a little twist of the hair, yeah.
like Jamie Foxx on the Kanye album when he was like, "Go to school and get your degree."
Hey man, listen, we appreciate y'all for writing in, man. Please continue to do so.
Damn.
Ariel, please write us again, man. I promise that was not about you. That's just Mo.
Yeah,
but there will be
Thank
spoilers
you,
and
though,
explicit.
Ariel. That was a good
Thank
one for
you
this
for real.
episode.
That was a great point. There will be spoilers and explicit content. Today's episode, we are in season 4, episode 2, 38 Snub. Premiered July 24, 2011. Directed by Michelle McLaren and written by George Mastras. Currently streaming on Netflix. Synopsis, do we have one? Spike Lee.
Absolutely, we do,
Rich.
Rich. Yeah, man. I guess. Here it is. Walt tries to buy a gun. Skylar tries to buy a car wash. Jesse tries to buy happiness. Mike ain't buying none of that shit. This is season 4, episode 2. No More Half Measured, entitled 38 Snub.
That's one of my favorites. One of my favorite synopses.
Hey, that's great. This is why he does this. Yeah. We get into the episode. Very quick scene. We see Mike in a bar. Something we're not familiar with. He's sitting at a table, not really drinking. Looks like we got Bonnie in there pouring up some coffee, but he looks defeated. and he notices Victor's dry blood on his sleeve, and he wipes it off and kind of stares off. Very quick scene. Any comment on it? Obviously, he's reacting to the events of last episode.
No.
This is probably the
I,
best scene of the episode because of how good of an actor
This is definitely not
Mike
the best
is.
scene. Knock it off.
yeah, he wilded out.
No, good because look, that's how bad this episode is, bro. Like this,
It ain't that. It ain't that bad.
but I'm just talking about it. I'm
Right.
just talking like the observation that he that he's showing the observation, blood under his thumb, not really frazzled like this usually, like you said. He now know that he's in a situation where he's dealing with this dipshit Walt and what he just did. He in like all of this and he ain't got to say a word. You can just tell from how his mannerisms are. That's a great job. By what's his name? What's the actor name?
Jonathan Banks.
Yeah, it's a great job by Jonathan Banks. Like it went
Yeah.
to shit from this.
I could just watch him do this all day. Like that's to be honest, like what
That's
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying.
Like I'm with you, and it is okay. Give it a little bit more. I'm being facetious, but it shows you like the blood ain't even dried up. That's how close in proximity this episode, timeline wise, is to what just happened. You know, because it's like the blood ain't dry where you can literally rub your sleeve and it'll transfer onto your thumb. So it definitely showcases that. And then I noticed something on the last episode I don't think we spoke to, but like when Gus came down and was getting cut Victor, like he pointed a gun at them.
I pointed it out.
Oh, did you? Okay, I remember that part, but like,
Now, I know you be listening. I know. I know you
yeah,
be paying
I
attention.
don't know. I don't know none of them raps. You know what I'm saying? But but yeah, no. So yeah, I'll say that. But yeah, but even then, just seeing him here definitely give me that training day vibes. When he's just sipping his coffee, reading his newspaper, and something about that is like, I want to get old and do this. Like, you know what I mean? So
I think the thing about it is we normally don't see Mike respond in that way. Okay, that was some shit, but why does that matter? That's just the job. That's what I do. But this one set with him. You know, he seems a little distraught. He seems tired. He's out of it. Like, damn. Like I just witnessed some shit that I didn't expect to witness. That was some cold blooded shit.
yeah,
He came in, didn't say a word, changed his clothes. Whole conversation going on. He ain't saying shit, grabbing a box cutter, slit this man's throat in front of everybody and choke him out. Hold him up. Then toss his body, change back into his clothes, get up and walk out. Like that's some cold shit. Mike probably realized I didn't even know you had that. I knew you were, treacherous. I know you in these streets for real. I know you're thoughtful, but I didn't know you was that ruthless. And I think for the first time he realized, like, damn. And I think when we get to a scene later with him and Walt, part of the reason why the events took place. Sometimes
is
you don't want a nigga to tell you the truth,
yeah, that definitely is.
mixed with other stuff too.
So so what is Victor? What was Victor's role? Like that's real quick, just because I know Mike he's the cleaner, right, or the muscle, or
Yeah.
like
Cleaner, get shit done guy.
okay. What is Victor's role? What do we?
He a
Muscle.
runner.
A runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, muscle runner.
Okay,
Yeah, man, he store runner. Nigga, go get some blunts, nigga, from the store. Pick up some swishers, man.
fair.
Go get some papers out of there. Nigga, go get him some Arizonas and shit. That's what Victor does. Hot
Some
Cheetos, nigga. Bring them
Arizonas.
shit back,
Yeah, I
nigga.
only bring
Keep,
hot
keep the change.
Cheetos.
Keep the change, little nigga.
Facts.
Like that's what Victor is. Go pick up Walt from his crib. You see what he do. That's what his
Yeah.
duty is.
Or follow water all day. Just see what he doing.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay,
that's what Victor is.
I'm proud of
Nah, I'm about to say some real fried shit, but I ain't. Um, shout out to Victor, man. We got Jesse at home with his new sound system and the bodacious subwoofers. He's playing. I don't know what he's playing, man. Yeah, bodacious subwoofers. He playing some shit. There's some knocking on his door. Stinky Pete and Beaver or Badger. We see a Roomba on the ground. If anybody knows what those are, like those little vacuum cleaners that just spin around and shit like that. So, like Spike Lee said in the synopsis, we see Jesse just trying to buy happiness, keep his mind off the events of the finale of season 3. He starts breaking down Crystal, and Pete mentions that he saw Andrea at a meeting. She asked about him. He hands him the $20 bill, and Stinky declines. Man, he says he's on the 12 steps. Badger says he'll take a little creative bump, and then they create this shot. I will give props to the episode for this. They use the camera. It's almost like an experimental episode. When you think about some of the camera angles and shots that they used, they was like, man, let's just fuck around. It's almost like when Larry Bird came out and said, I'm just gonna shoot this game left-handed. I'm just fucking around with y'all today. Like that's what
Yep.
this episode was. They were just trying shit. But it was, they used some creative shots. But so Badger went down, but Stinky came up. You know what I mean? Then you see the party and everything else like that. They're arguing about Resident Evil with Call of Duty, or excuse me, Jesse decides it's time for a house party, and then we see his house full of Albuquerque's finest. They listen to Flavor Flav. They listen to Molitical. Nothing says cool party like Flavor Flav playing. Fellas, Jesse is trying to mask the pain. What do we think about this scene with him and the fellas? Been a while since they kicked it in this type of way too.
This is why the episode doesn't work. Because either y'all shot this out of sequence or y'all changed your mind about what was going on with Jesse. Because Jesse seemed to be okay with things. Like the last episode, the first episode of season 4. Oh, Spiking dropped out. He gonna mess up my mix. But it seemed like
keep it. Why not keep it?
Well, I will, but it's nerd shit. But anyway, here's why I mess up. Because Jesse, at the end of the last episode, they were sitting in the diner eating, and Jesse had come to a conclusion. But Jesse was working through his issues when I about to say Spike, when Walter talked to him throughout the episode. He trying to check in, are you okay, whatever. But at the end, it seemed like Jesse was cool. It's like, all right, I made peace with it, especially when he killed Victor. Then it's like, okay, I'm good with this. This is what's going on. That's what's really bracking. But then it's like, then y'all revert him back to be like, oh, he's like, don't get me wrong, the human experience don't move on like that. So I get it. But I think that when it's a TV show, you do something, you can't revert back. And this is what they do. And again, what we've talked about for 3 seasons already of this constant teetering. This does not work because it's so many times. Like, is this the show where they said they write themselves in the corner?
Yeah.
Okay. This is where you could tell where they start writing themselves in the corner. This is where you could tell because it doesn't make sense. Jesse seemed to come to a conclusion. Then all of a sudden you revert him back like, oh, we shouldn't have did that. We actually want Jesse to like. So much of these episodes feel like y'all are constantly trying to figure out what to do with these characters. Like I feel like y'all didn't know what to do with Hank, so let him get shot, and we're gonna stretch out his recovery. You know what I mean? We don't know what to do with these twins, so let's just go ahead. Like so many episodes of Breaking Bad feels like, okay, the minute we don't know what to write for them, let's give them something that's a long story arc just to move them to a side to put focus in on something else. That's how it feels. I don't think that was the intention, but that's definitely how it feels, bro.
Got you. So you're pretty much on the side of that's interesting because I'm wondering if they storyboard this out. Obviously, as a character arc. So I don't know what the norm is for TV shows and writers. I know some people have stories that they've been working on their entire lives, and others just kind of let things flow. But I am curious as how far in advance writers know what their character is going to do. Like I was listening to, not listening, excuse me, I was reading an interview with Sasha Penn, who created Raising Kanan. He was talking about how he kind of always knew Rock was going to die. Spoilers, that Rock was going to die in the last episode, but he also went back and forth over it a few times. You know what I mean? And like how these decisions made. So you know how things are going to play out, but how you're going to get there might be the issue. And I think, like you said, I know I want the ending to work out this way, but I have no idea how to get there. And sometimes I talk about this a lot with How I Met Your Mother. That final season was terrible because they had an ending in mind from before they started the show. They knew how they wanted to end it. The show outgrew that ending. Like it should have went a different way. And I think a lot of times, maybe Breaking Bad, they have an ending set for a character, but they need to veer from that because that character is not that same person anymore. So it almost that's why it looks distorted in a sense, their path because it's like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Like, I don't understand this. Like, 1 minute you doing like Walt is 1 minute shooting people in the head, running them over with his car, and then the next minute you look goofy as fuck trying to buy a gun to the point where the gun salesman is like, bro, I'll keep. I don't even want the money. I'm just trying to help you out because you look terrible. You look miserable. You go and get yourself killed, and I'm gonna have that on my conscience. So it's just kind of weird how all this is playing out. So I understand your point when you say that.
Yeah, Spike. Just because I know you dropped out for a second, I was speaking to. It feels like Rich was giving the information of like they will write themselves in a corner, and this feels like it because what I just said is last episode Jesse was working through his emotions and feelings of killing Gale. And then by the end of the episode, they're in the diner, he made a conclusion. He was okay with what it was. It's like he was like, all right, cool. But then they reverted backwards. And in this episode, now he's dealing with that. And not to say that the human experience don't happen like that, but now he's dealing with that. And it feels like y'all shot this out of sequence or y'all changed our mind. And this whole series feels like when y'all wrote yourself in the corner, y'all figured out like, oh, we ain't got enough for him. Let's create these long story arcs so we can get away from him. Like Hank, he's shot. We can create a long story arc of him just recovering, so we ain't got to focus in on right. It's so much stuff that feels lazy to me. You know what I mean? Like when Sopranos, yes, you're gonna get a Soprano connection. When Paulie wasn't in it, we found out like, oh, he was the actor. What he had an injury or something like that. When Paulie
When Paulie went
Oh
to
yeah,
jail.
yeah, back. Yeah, his back.
he had a back injury.
Surgery, something like
So
that. Yeah.
they had to write it that way, but like it didn't even, it felt seamless. But like here, it feels like I write in the corner because I keep if like us, we do this. We've been doing this for a long time. And I am also a writer. Like seeing this, it just feels like we could see y'all changing your mind on screen. And that's the problem. So I just wanted to clue you in before you react.
I appreciate the recap, my brother, and you are absolutely right. I think that's why we have our nose turned up at this so much. Because you're right. When you say you do this, you mean you look at TV, you review it, you talk about it, you analyze stuff on film, you have conversations about it. All of us do. And when you're sitting here and you're looking at this is why I was so frustrated by this episode. It's like I'm looking at it and I'm like, this don't make sense. Like this just doesn't make sense. And it's too late in here. Would you say episode 35, Rich?
Yeah, this entire
It's
series.
way too late in the process for this shit not to make sense. Now it is impressive to Rich's point that y'all were able to get in situations like this in this series and then write yourself out of it to such immaculate circumstances. Because where they get, well, I ain't here to where they got to with Jesse. It's interesting in a sense, but ultimately, like it's like we're not going to spoil anything moving forward. But ultimately, where you see Jesse at right here, it's like, okay, yeah, like I don't care. It don't matter now, and it won't matter later. This is just some shit y'all doing the past time. Like you said, Mo, that was a really good example with Hank. Like y'all don't know what to do with these people. Like the performances that Jesse, the character, what's his name?
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul, the performances that Aaron Paul have put forth until this point, the performances that the actor that plays Hank have put forth to this point, do make it feel lazy, like Mo said, because how could y'all have not come up with anything other than this shit? Because guess what? I don't care about Marie's frustrations. I could give a fuck. I could give a fuck less about Badger or Stinky Pete, Jesse parting for 5 days. None of this shit matters to me. And I know it's supposed to be in this mundane New Mexico world where this is how life happens. Vince Gilligan wants to take it slow. You just don't need episodes like this late. Like at least give us something enjoyable with people that like you said with Mike. If this episode had went with Mike just doing the shit with his daughter, his granddaughter, been boring, just like decompressing, because that shit that I just seen was so fucked up. That would have been
Mm-hmm.
fantastic because he
Mm-hmm.
can carry that.
Great point.
And you figure that shit out over there with them. I don't need to see this shit on screen. I don't need to see them part. Like that shit was dumb. That's one of my
That's
least favorite Breaking Bad moments.
that's the part right there. You don't need to see it on screen. I don't think any of us are. Mo said it a couple times. this is how human emotions work. It's not surprising that Jesse is doing all of this and needing people around so he can keep his spirits uplifted. We're not saying that at all. That makes sense to the character, but Jesse's such a tragic character that it seems like every time you think about him, he's in this state of mind. Like he's just defeated and the worst shit has happened to him. And I know they wrote him as a tragic character. His whole story is, he's got that. It's hard to come back to where he is now, and we'll see where he ends up. But since we see it over and over, and this reminds me of something I think we talked about on another episode when they kind of used the RV in a sense where they kind of guided these episodes and they were kind of the same thing over and over. And it was like, yo, we've seen this before. Show us something else. Get creative. And Spike, well, I never thought about that, but that would have been perfect. How does Mike feel about something like this? This is somebody we don't really know about. What about this new guy, Tyus, right? How
Where
did
he
he
come
come
from?
about? Where he come from? Because he's in Better Call Saul. So how you in the prequel, but we just now seeing you in this? Like where you been?
It's crazy.
Like give
All
us
that would have
some,
been
give
more
us
interesting.
Damn.
all
where
of
he
the
at?
yeah, then all of this.
Go to my racist theory about Vince Gilligan. I'm telling you, he could have had a cool
Yeah,
little
so-
black dude story in this
He
this
could.
episode, man, with Titus, man. The introduction, how he ran, like a
Yeah.
cool little story. But instead, you want Jesse partying with fucking meth heads. Yeah, we know he a meth head. We know he's dumb. We know he gonna go buy big subwoofers and have parties and not want people to go home and buy people. We know this. None of this is new information to me. Why am I watching this?
This show is written like a
That's the
nerd.
answer.
This show is just written like a nerd that was interested in seeing a nerd get into crime activity.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I can see that. I think that's yeah, maybe. It's like Havoc. The science version. But we got another short scene. Walt is at home practicing his draw. Seems to be getting a little bit better at it. But he's at home practicing his draw. Does anybody have any comment on that?
Yes, you're a loser. Nigga set another chair up in front. Like, okay. When did you think that this scenario was gonna happen? That was like I remember my first time seeing this. Every time I've watched this, and I'm like, so when do he think that Gus finna be sitting right in front of him, chair to chair like this, and them talking like men again? Walt's so delusional. He one of the most delusional motherfuckers ever.
With nobody having ever patted you down. Like you gonna get around
Bro,
Gus without getting pat down.
Even beyond that, bro, you don't even got my number. Ain't no way you can get in touch with me. When we gonna talk? How? Like how? Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
It's one of the best feelings ever.
What's
Can't
that?
get in touch, when a motherfucker
Can't
can't get
get
in touch with you,
hold of
like
it.
nigga, you don't even know how to. You don't even know nobody to reach out to me to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
so far away. What you say, Mo? My bad.
No, it's just you a joke. You're a joke.
Yeah.
Like y'all wasting our time seeing like the problem is y'all think
Hey, nigga said, huh.
that's not, bruh, and like had the meme mug on. Like the problem is y'all think these characters are interesting because you wrote these characters. Y'all have no idea that this show is more plot driven than character driven. We don't care about these characters, maybe with the exception like of Jesse, because he's maybe the underdog and that, but we don't care about these characters like that. I think they really feel so good about what they created. They think we care about these characters. We don't. Like when Uncle Marvin got killed, spoiler alert, we cared. That really affected us. We don't care about these characters like that. And that's the problem. And it's like, I don't know if y'all doing the Albuquerque, New Mexico thing where it's like, oh, this is just a small world I want to create. But it's like y'all spend time with these characters and y'all don't give enough to make us care. And I don't know if it's a black thing, because maybe people that are white that are viewers of this, that is one of their favorite shows, maybe they feel differently, like the nuance of like suburban white life. Maybe they feel different than we do. And I can admit to that possibility, but it's like we don't care about these characters. So when y'all trying to give us these layers, it doesn't work. I think the plot and the premise is better than the characters. Like y'all have an interesting, the science teacher becomes a meth dealer. That's your premise. That's your plots. Drive that. Y'all trying to make us care about these other characters. They're just, it's too boring. It's too, blank wall, too dry paint. Like we don't care about these people. And so it's yeah. If y'all gonna make us care, make it more interesting, but they never do. So that's like the problem with episodes like this. I think like, oh, we want to get more into the psyche of Walt, more of the psyche of Hank and Marie. Like we don't care about these people. It's too subtle to make us care.
And just to keep everything level from a commentary standpoint, that's fascinating because there's a bigger discussion about this, about the subjectiveness of art and what people watch for, what they're into, and things like that. You made a point that I was going to echo about if you don't have characters that you're invested in. So, like you said, somebody in this room wrote these characters; they're invested in them. We aren't, but you said it perfectly. We are invested in the plot. That sounds interesting. Before we even started recording, Spike Lee and myself, and you, Mo, in a different way, we were talking about our best movies we've seen this year, and two of the movies that I discussed were because of the plot itself, like the scenario. I just talked about it, like the scenario that you would be put in makes that fascinating. Um, when you come here for that, if you're watching Breaking Bad for that, these episodes do nothing for you, which is why I think we got down to the bottom of why we feel so strongly about the rewatch. It's your first time watching it, so all of this kind of matters. You think it matters, you know? You think all of this is going to kind of build up at the end, but then you watch it again and say, I don't give a fuck about Jesse. I don't give a fuck about Marie. We're about to get into this Hank and Marie scene, but so you get an episode, yeah, for some of the people who love the characters, they probably love this. And it's the same way they treat shows like we treat The Wire or Sopranos, where they fall in love with these characters. So every piece matters. But for us, it's just like, all right, keep the plot going. That's the intro, the big shit. So
Bro,
I think that's it.
that is a really good fucking point. Because I could have a Wire episode like this and
Hmm.
we'll be totally tapped in. Just
Hmm.
because I love the characters that I'm watching.
Or Mike, like
It
you
ain't
said
one.
earlier, we
Yeah.
care about Mike. We were
Yeah.
watching Mike Ayers episode
If it
like
was
this.
yeah, exactly. Good point. If it were people that we cared about, I would care about this. This would be a lot more. In fact, like her when she came to. Well, you ain't got there yet, but go ahead.
So we are at um, the Schrader household. I almost forgot his name. So how much I don't care about this motherfucker. We had the Schrader household, and Hank's at home in bed with the light on, looking at his minerals. It's 2:24 in the morning. Marie isn't able to sleep because of it, and asks if he's okay. We know Hank's been dealing with his depression ever since being shot, being a little bit extra rude to Marie, and he's being a condescending dickhead. This entire episode, starting with this scene, he's describing the minerals to her since she's so interested. Um, if you can't sleep, last time I checked, there were 4 bedrooms in the house. Like, just this some Tyler Perry level shit. Like, you just being overly out of your way, rude to your wife. You know what I mean? So we get the start of that, but this is what we have going on in this scene. Any thoughts on it, fellas?
No, like we get it. We get it. It's overdrive, bro. At
I
this point,
got some
so
thoughts. I found
The Hank storyline is overdrive,
yeah,
unless it
that's
pays off in a couple
again,
episodes.
it's this like the jig is up, bro. We see what's going on. Like y'all didn't have nothing for him. Y'all gave him this great scene with the Salamanca twins, but then y'all just like, we're just gonna leave it here. We're gonna stretch this out because think about it. Jesse got like mollywopped by Hank. Y'all had him recover, get back in the business, and like in 2 episodes, y'all got this man. Y'all stretching this out like crazy. You know what I mean? But I think in this scene, there's something that I thought about. And remember, we talked about this idea of Walter should have been with Marie. Remember we talked about that a little bit.
mhm.
There's this idea, and there's this concept I was thinking about in this episode, in this terrible episode. Walter wants what Hank has, and Hank wants what Walter has. And the mineral thing is what sold it for me completely.
What do you mean?
Hank has these anxiety attacks or these panic attacks because he's getting too far into the action of everything. He really is cool with like working his desk, all of the things he wants, which is similar to what Walt does, grading papers and everything of that nature. But he feels like he needs to be a certain way. Walt wants the danger and the excitement because his life is so mundane, similar to Hank. So when I seen this, I said, bro, I don't know how intentional that was, but bro, I said that's brilliant. Like
That's a hell of a pull, Mo. I ain't gonna hold you. That's good. Because you are right. They both kind of crave the opposite life. And we've
Yeah,
seen enough from Hank to know the whole El Paso thing. He ain't really about that shit.
That's good. That's
That's
really
that's
good.
good. That's really good, man. Look at you saving the episode.
I
I feel
appreciate
that. No
that.
doubt. No doubt. That's a good call. Um, Yeah, we're gonna get more of this throughout the episode, so no point of really highlighting it even more. Walt is packing his brown bag lunch for work. He's got the bullets lined up as well as a gun. Phone is ringing. We see him loading the gun up, and Skylar's leaving a voicemail about Hank's bills. They're really piling up. She hasn't gotten a check in a while. She also wants to discuss the car wash, to which Walt, in a rush, bumps his head and then answers the phone saying, "What the fuck are you doing?" Leaving a message about the car wash. And we see Skylar like, man, if we can't say it, then why are we buying it? Like, I don't understand it. It ain't a brothel. And Skylar says she can call Goodman if, he's got slow feet or don't want to do it. And Walt says, nah, he'll handle it. Hey, was Walt tripping about the car wash situation? Do you feel like he was bugging with her leaving there, or you think Walt was just being Walt? And that's just high strung and almost on some Hank shit.
I might be glazing Skylar here, but it goes to how they write her character. She knows the innuendos and the small things. Like she know he dubbing her. She know that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that's why she asked, "Are you screening my calls? What's gonna make him pick up?" This paranoid, nerdy fuck think that this thing about the car wash is gonna be something that the feds pick up on because I'm this big drug criminal and he gonna pick up the phone. I just need to talk to you, bro. And if you was a reasonable person, I could have said something like we would have been done talked and I wouldn't have had to say this. But she know there is no grounds for them to be criminally involved in anything by her mentioning this car wash. She was just trying to get him to pick up the fucking phone. And I like how they write her as to what the viewer that wrote in said. Like, this is really just showing how like conniving and smart that Skylar is able to manipulate the people in her world that she's close to when she wants to. Like she got more game than Walt by far. And the only reason that he picked up his phone is because she said the car wash shit. But she wasn't being like a dumb blonde. She only said that because she knew he would pick up because she's saying it.
That's why
3D
she went
chess.
straight to the.
Yeah.
You want me to? Who want me
Yeah.
to handle it? I'll call Goodman.
3D chess. I'll call Saul if you want me to. That's even more so gonna piss him off. So what she's saying is, look, bro, these bills piling up. Bring me my money. Bring me the money you owe Marie and them, and let's keep this shit going. I ain't gotta call you this much for this.
Great pool, great point.
Hey,
Mo, what
everything was
about you?
said. Everything was said right there.
Yeah, man. We move forward. We're back at Jesse's crib, and we got I mentioned the camera angles. We got the point of view of the Roomba, which is going from person to person. That is a filthy fucking. I mean, it ain't peekaboo bad, but just a picture sleeping on that. That's some college. Even in college, I wasn't doing no shit like this. This is fucking hell nah, bro. I'm going home. One thing about me, I'm going home.
Facts.
Going to the crib, bro. I don't care what time it is. I don't know. I'm going home. Um, and then dude just get up and start putting a screwdriver to the room. But bro, Jesse just walked by. I know he got other shit on his mind, but the fuck is you on? And normally, this is one of those, hey man, everybody get the fuck out. But Jesse's like, nah, I gotta go to
Keep
work,
this shit
but
cracking, man.
keep this shit cracking. I want this shit jumping even harder by the time I get home. Here's some money for some food. Go get everybody some breakfast. Get some more liquor. Keep this shit rocking. Matter of fact, don't even worry about cleaning up right now. That's how much I want this shit shaking. Um, Thoughts?
It's just some nasty.
Yes, we
It's
get it. My bad.
this is just nasty work, bro. Like all these bodies just drugged out, funky, stinky, dirty clothes.
Ain't nobody fucking. That's crazy.
Yes, druggies. You know what I mean? Like that. That's the. Yeah, it was just nasty work. Like that's why I was looking at it, and I also was thinking like Jesse bought his aunt's house, right? Like, he ended up buying it back through Saul, right, with his
Yeah,
parents.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know
Stuff.
if they had to find a different house for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
they did.
Okay, because I'm like, bro,
This a different crib.
yeah, because I'm like, bro, this does not look the same, bro.
Mhm.
And I did not know the Roomba that technology existed back then. Like that was mind blowing for me. I was like, oh, they had the little AI automatic cleaning thing this early. I did not know that.
We're at that age where a lot of this shit seemed like it just came out. And then you remember, like, oh shit, this shit has been out for 20 years. We do it all the time with like music and movies, right? When they say, oh, this shit came out 20 years ago.
It's the 30-year anniversary.
There's a skit that was so funny to me. She was like, "Yeah, this came out." She was like, "Yeah, it came out 20 years ago." And she was thinking it was the 80s. Like she was like, "No,
I've seen that.
2006."
I've seen that.
It's like, wait, what?
She was like, you mean 40 years ago? No,
Yeah.
20. Like, no,
Her
the
brain
80s isn't 20 years
like,
ago.
bro, her brain couldn't like it couldn't even register. Like that shit is funny for us, like in our age group. But it was just nasty seeing all these bodies. It's nasty, bro. Funky
Yeah,
breath.
we understand. We get it, y'all. Jesse, state of mind. You just want people around. We understand all that. We just don't need to see it. All right. We are at the Super Lab. Jesse is measuring product. He got his AirPod, well, not AirPods, but earbuds in. Walt takes his gun out, puts it on his hip. The door open, and Walt thinks it's Gus. He goes for his gun, but we meet Tyus. He looks like he got to piss himself, like crossing his hands over his arm, like he just, once again, out of his depth. We meet Tyus, who was the new Victor. Jesse gives the weight to Tyus, asks him if it's a new guy. So we see Jesse acting normal. Once again, if Jesse has something to do, then he's good. Whatever to take his mind off the Gale shit. He weighs it up. I think it's 201.6. Mike comes in and asks him to weigh it again. It's a new policy. Walt wants to talk to Gus. He didn't like how they left things. Sound like a scorned ex, you know what I mean? I didn't like how we left things. I should have said some things a little bit different. Let's meet up. Let's have some lunch. Just grab some coffee. Mike tells Walt, man, you'll never see Gus again. Ever in your fucking life. Never, bruh. Like Spike Lee said earlier, man, how you gonna get to him? So that's how this scene ends. Walt, of course, I'm sure is thinking, well, this made my plan a lot harder, which I don't know why you thought that you can just. What makes you think you can just walk up on Gus and just get him like that? Like, it reminds me of a scene in The Wire when, spoiler alert for the next 30 to 60 seconds, if you've never seen The Wire. But it reminds me when Stringer got dropped and the Barstool crew was like, oh, let's get Marlo. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like Slim Charles came in. That's when he gave the, we fight on that lie, we fight. But Slim Charles came in and said, man, you give us the word. We're going to get at him. Get at who? Marlo. Everybody looked at him, man, Marlo couldn't get String like that. Like, Walt, you can't get Gus like that, bro. Who you think you are? Like, so that's just wild to me, just watching this whole play out. Like, you were a fucking nerd. This is Gus Fring, bro. You just saw what he did. You think you're gonna be able to walk up on him with the 38 snub and just turn his TV off? Like, this shit crazy, bro. Like,
that probably not even his house.
It's hard to believe.
A place that you think that he lived. This is mind-boggling to me. But then you remember that you're watching some person who's not familiar with this world, and you try to give them the benefit of the doubt. You try to do it. Okay, he pulls up at Gus' house. I could see that. I get it. Yeah, he. But to go to the lab and to have this strap and be practicing and think that, oh, Mike, I need to see Gus, and that's going to happen, that's fucking insane. That's crazy talk. So yeah, I agree with everything that Rich was saying. It's like
Gus, but they give a fuck. It's like
the shit when you watching this shit and you're like, oh, bro, what the fuck? And you putting your head in your hand because the shit is so stupid. There's only so much I can suspend to believe. Like, yeah, I get Walt's green, but I don't get the other shit of how overly important that he think he is as to where he can be like, oh yeah, I need to talk to Gus.
That's the problem.
I'm about to call Rock Nation and say I need to talk to Hove.
Yeah, I need to talk to Jay-Z. Hey man, I got this dope ass podcast, nigga. I be cooking on there, nigga. Get Jay-Z on the phone, man.
Right, bro. That's what makes it so. It's like, bro, you are a cook, and that's the issue. You're not a gangster. You're just a cook. You're a lab rat. You're a scientist. You are a scientist.
And you know what?
Like, that's
I'm sorry,
it.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying, you are a scientist. Yes, you introed and again, Saul set up the intro, not you. Saul did. So you thinking that you have this type of, like, you're not a boss. That's why it doesn't work when we get further down the series, because you got to keep the perspective. Like first watch, you're on the journey with Walter. You're thinking like, oh, this is like a coming of age story. This is I started from the ground up to the whatever. But you realize like, bro, you're not a boss. Again, Walt don't have a consigliere. Walt don't have muscle. Walt don't have anything. You're just a cook, bro. So you talking about, hey, make the meeting happen. You're not a boss. Jesse can make your batch.
You work here.
You a little nigga.
You a supervisor. You ain't even a boss. You a supervisor.
That's it. Like
you may be a supervisor. Maybe you might be like the.
No, he a team lead.
Shift lead. Yeah, the team lead. Yeah, you team lead. Exactly.
You're a team lead, bro. At any moment that could shit. You're an employee of the month, bro. Like.
Oh, but y'all downplay Walt's skills, but I will say,
no. He's a great chemist, great cook, but it's like he has this idea that he has main character syndrome, and it don't work. And again, I get the show is supposed to be built around that, but like that's
let me ask
where.
You a question.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Let me ask you a question. I want to get y'all thoughts. Do you think he thinks this way? Obviously, we know Walt's, the audacity of Walter White. Walter Hartwell White is just one of the most audacious people that we probably ever seen on television, which makes his character entertaining and interesting at some points. That's why at the end of this episode we'll talk about it. But when Gus I know a lot of things have changed since then. Do you think he had a seat at that table because Gus brings him to his house? Gus is telling Jesse the only reason you're alive because of this man right here and the respect I have for him. Do you think that he's been putting his head? Because we know how my Walt's ego is. That all of these moments, you made me feel like I was somebody, like I was in the circle. I wasn't just an employee. Like I felt like that. I felt like I had your respect. Do you think that's why he might still hold on to that, even though everything's changed after what happened with Gale? Or do you think that's just Walt just being like out of his?
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think he is holding on to that, but the problem is when he cut Victor's neck, that was the cut off. You know what I mean? Like, of course, you say you've seen him in the hospital, you're checking on, the Salamanca twin or whatever, but you're checking on Walter and his family. You're doing all this time. I have you over for dinner. That was before. When you killed my original chemist, my cook, and when I cut Victor's neck, you were cut off. You'll never have access to the head again. Pause. So metaphorically, so it's like you're still thinking we were. Oh, we last time we weren't on good terms. Nah, bro. Like we're more than bad terms, bro. These are exceptional conditions. So it's just, like watching this now. It just makes you realize, like, Walt, you a little nigga. Like you are a cook. You are a part of a bigger scheme. This is bigger than Nino Brown. And it's like to think that you have that access because you think you're so intelligent. And we know the theory of Walter adopts habits from his opposition throughout the series. We already see, I'm not gonna spoil anything going forward, but we already seen when he killed Crazy 8 that he started making his sandwiches. He was cutting the edges off. So there's a theory about that, about Walter adopting the opposition's habits. And that was one habit he's already adopted. We'll get to that further when we get later in the series. But yeah, it's just, you're a little nigga, bro. Like, stay in your lane, bro. Cook. Shut up and dribble, bro.
And I love how Mike just came in and what, Walt? What's up, bro?
What, Walter?
Yeah, man. I see the look on your face, man. What's going on, man? What's on your mind? That shit hilarious to me, man.
Let me ask y'all this.
You funny, Juke.
Yeah, you funny, Juke.
What Walt trying to kill Gus for so adamantly in this episode?
He knows he's on borrowed time. Like he realized he bought himself some time because when Gale came into the scene, we brought him back. He knew he was on borrowed time. So him killing the dude was like that, but he knows enough about Gus to know that the type of man he is, because he's a cautious man. That was the definitive attribute about him with Saul. He said he's a very cautious man. And then, of course, we've seen him meet at, the restaurant. So I think that Walt knows, him being a cautious man, knowing that you will go through with these lengths to kill one of my other chemists. Like, nah, bro, I ain't letting that ride. And to be cautious, like, I don't know what you'll do. So I'm buying my time so I can find somebody else. But you'll never know. You'll never meet with me. You'll never see me again. You never have a conversation or even see me eye to eye. So I think that's why he's got a gun, because he knows he's on borrowed time. And Walt, I think he knows he got millions. He's okay with walking away, because it's like, this should have never end. So yeah.
I think the real question that needs to be answered, or need to be asked, should I say? And I've said this before. Shout out to my nigga Thomas G. Walt, how you think that's gonna play out? Let's say you do kill Gus. How you think that's gonna play out? Like, what do you think's gonna happen after that? Like, everything goes back to normal. You just go home. Like, even if this does happen the way you think, bruh, you still on borrowed time. I think it's over. And I understand the reason why this character is so iconic and this story is so iconic is, as I said earlier, the audacity, the belief that I'm smarter than everybody in the room. I get that. But my nigga, let's be real about this. Like, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen? And that's the part that's interesting as we continue on with the season. All right? Because I know they write everything and we know what happens. Those who have watched it knows what happens at the end of as we move along towards the season, towards the season finale, should I say. But I'm trying to talk without giving any kind of crazy spoiler.
Yes.
It's just
Why would you?
fascinating that, yeah, like, it's just an irrational mind, bro. Like, this is like 1 out of 1,000,000, even higher than that, 1 out of 1,000,000,000 possibility of you surviving if you try to
Your
if you pull
question,
this off.
the question that you pose on top of my question makes this even more relevant to what we're saying and watching and reviewing this episode. One, again, my question: what made it so pressing now? Like,
Hmm.
why you gotta kill him? What like you if your thinking is okay, I see what he did to Victor. I know how ruthless he is now. I gotta kill him because eventually he's going to kill me. That's the conclusion that you came up with, that this big multi-million dollar drug dealer who was able to build a lab underground and provide you with the necessities that you need to cook over 200 pounds of meth a week or a day or however often that you cook, you think that, okay, what needs to happen is I gotta kill him because he wants to kill me, versus just getting your family and getting the fuck out of there. Because your point, Rich, I got millions of dollars at this point.
Hmm.
Like you get your family and your new baby at this point, and you got money, and you get the fuck out of there. But it goes to my point again, Mo. I know I've been adamant about this. He's been broken bad. This was you've had plenty of runways off of this interstate, bro. But instead of getting off the interstate now, when your life is in danger, when you've made millions of dollars, your cancer is gone. You've done it. You've done the thing, dog. You can get off this exit right here. Just like when Jesse said, man, just call the police, bro. They'll give you immunity. Like, what are you talking about? This is a cartel boss. Nah,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go buy a 30 special because I don't even know how to use a gun, and I'm gonna try to get in the same room with this cartel boss, and I'm gonna try to kill him. Bro, get the what in what world? How? Where? How? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. This is big Walt bullshit, bro.
Yeah, man. I know it's television, but that's why it seems like fantasy.
Yeah, this is TV.
All the other prestigious television shows that we talk about, the situations like that seem realistic because it's either their line of work or the situation. That just
That's what
seems
makes
like the
this so hard.
rational.
That's a really good point because this
Yeah,
ain't Walt line of work. You are a civilian, dog.
yeah.
Like that. At the end of the day, you're a civilian. Get out of this.
You ain't supposed to pull none of this off, and that's why it makes it like a little bit of fantasy. Like, it's all right, Walt. All
Facts.
right, bro.
It's
All
like
right,
Game
bro.
of Thrones for like New
Yeah, yeah,
Mexico or
man.
some shit.
Um, Scholars, real quick scene. Scholars with Holly at the car wash taking notes on the business. The traffic that comes in, what service each car is getting, so on and so forth. Just a real quick scene, doing her homework. I don't think there's any thoughts on that. I think I'd be correct.
The car seat, like, this is insane. You don't put a baby car seat in the front seat.
But I think because she's parked, and she's just sitting there. She wants to make sure she keeps an eye on her. If she feeding her, maybe. I'm assuming that's the case.
Nah, that's dumb as hell, bro. Still, as a
But shit,
parent, that's dumb.
I don't have kids, so I can't. I don't have a
Yeah,
voice in this.
that might be like I might say that might be a hot take, and if I watch the footage again, I'm never watching the show again after this. So, but if I were to watch this again, there's probably an argument to be made that Skylar's not a good mother. So I think this probably would add to that.
That's a, let's keep moving. I got thoughts, but let's keep
Okay.
moving. Hank is at home with the physical therapist. His name's Chuck. He's giving it us all doing rehab. Great facial expressions from Dean Norris.
Oh yeah, he look like he's going
Hank,
through
man.
it.
He really looks like he's going through it, bro.
Mhm.
Like, really looks like he's struggling. Um, Physical therapist is encouraging Hank. Marie comes in with excitement as well to cheer him on. So I'm a fucked up dude because even I roll my eyes too. Like I know you mean well, but get the fuck out of here with this. But she comes in and there's an annoyance that she just kind of gives off. He barely celebrates with her, even though he gave Chuck a high five and shit like that. Chuck reminds her to keep a positive attitude. She goes all in and tells him how strong he was today. Excuse me, before that, she asked Chuck if he wanted to just become full time because she knows, like, I see how Hank is with you. I haven't seen that version of him in so long. And even when I try to get on it, I think you're in a good mood. Now you're showing me directly that it's me that you're not fucking with, which I'm sure hurts her even more. As like I said, we continue with this trend of Hank throughout this episode. But after Chuck leaves, she goes in there to tell him how strong he was today. She'll cook for him because she know he worked up an appetite. And he just sitting there blankly with a cold, like, man, Marie, get out. And she starts crying, man. It's fucked up, like for real. That's some Tyler Perry shit. But that's what
Get
we got
out.
going on. What are your thoughts on this scene of Hank just going out of his way to dog Marie? We know he's depressed, but
Bruh, this is written well, it's done well by both of the actors, and it's fine. But I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care, bro. Like that's what we've been talking about this whole episode. This is cool.
These
It's a
characters not
cool
interesting.
thing. We too far along for this shit. I don't give a fuck how Marie feel. I don't care that Hank's recovering. I don't care about the trainer dude or how Hank is coming along in his recovery. I'm too far along for this. This show is about cooking meth and that plot line, like you said early in this episode, bro. I don't give a fuck. I don't
Yeah,
care.
this is what happens when you got too many seasons of a show like this. Like y'all should have figured out. Y'all should have figured this out about the third season. It should have been like concluded because now you have to keep stretching out because again the money's there. You know what I mean? They offer you they greenlit another season, so now we got to figure it out. But like that's what happens, and we don't care about it. I mean, for the sake of conversation, with Hank and Marie, it's one of those things. How does Marie not get this? Like he's a I'm a quotation mark man's man. Like he's trying to grind, he's trying to go hard, and he didn't want to really be at the house. He wanted to be at the hospital so that he will feel more comfortable and recover. But you forced the issue, so now I'm home. But now you all up in the grip, and I don't want you babying me and coming all in the scene trying to tell me like, oh babe, you're doing a great job, babe. Like I don't like back up off me because he's always been a certain way in their marriage, and this is new territory. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it doesn't make sense to me. He's definitely too much of a douchebag to her, for sure. But she's also too on top of him. Like just back up, give him some space so he can recover. Like you know what type of man you with. Give him some space. Like don't say anything about it unless he bring it up. Like that's the problem. Like you all up on it too much. And he don't like that because it make it like he feels strong with the guy because it's male camaraderie until she come up, then it make him feel weak and less than as a man, and obviously Marie, like she definitely she need them cheeks clapped. You know what I mean? That's what's going on. Like that's what's really bracking. Like she was like, hey, you want to stay here full time? We know what that was. He had purple on. She got purple on.
Oh
We
man.
we know what's going on.
as a,
You and I know what's going on.
I definitely understand what you're saying.
Payback.
Like you make complete sense, especially when I'm looking at it from that perspective. But I do think I gotta shoot Marie a little bit of bail because that's just who Marie's character is, and kind
No,
of who
she's
we've seen
supportive.
her from the beginning. Yeah, like it's hard to tell her to turn that off. I know. Yeah, you got to read the room. He didn't even want to come home. Keep that in mind. But Marie also has that. She has the same audacity as Walt.
Mhm.
Like I'll make sure I good. Like the same way she even got him out the hospital. Like I'll make sure once you get home, everything gonna be cool. But it ain't. And now her feelings are hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You gonna cry now? Remember Tony said that shit to Carmella?
That's
You gonna cry
crazy.
now? Because the nigga was inside like the life insurance paperwork or whatever it was. Hey.
Hey, Tony
Hey,
was a monster, boy. God
yeah,
damn,
boy.
man, nigga, you gonna cry?
Yeah, he
I wonder
said
what Harpo's eating his dinner.
Oh my god.
oh
Yeah,
man, he
but
said that shit to his wife because she wanted to look out for their family. Then Tony said, "You want to cry now?"
that's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
man.
to y'all point, other than just saying to give context, like you two great podcasters did, other than saying I just don't care.
Hmm.
They try to set this up with the Marie stuff and the klepto stuff, and just said that she's not all the way mentally where she would be processing this information like a normal person would if it was their husband. So
Hmm.
she dealing with it kind of like from another place. So I mean, I get that. I just don't think that the juice was worth the squeeze and what they're
Yeah.
doing with this storyline. It's just not worth it
Hmm.
because it's ultimately, when you like you said, the first time through is great, and that's interesting because I wonder how people will write TV moving forward. The rewatch and the thing that makes your show hold up, that's the thing that people gonna judge you on. Because the first time through, all this shit is fine, but now I'm watching this a couple times over. I'm like, y'all
Replay
bullshit.
value
Yeah,
matters.
y'all bullshitting, bro.
People do not. And like this series has showed me how much replay value matters.
It matters.
It matters.
That's why Game of Thrones so good.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
I
Like
watch
if
Game,
the
like bro,
replay value is
I'll
not high,
rewatch that shit and be like, God damn.
I don't know if I can
So
call it a classic. I'll be honest. Like if the
this,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like this, music. If the replay
yeah,
value is
true.
not high, we got to really start having a conversation. Because replay,
That's a fact.
yeah, like I sent sent in the quote. Like if it's a classic, then why don't I revisit it? You know what I mean? Like anything. If it's a classic, why don't I revisit this? What's holding me back? And so
yeah.
this show, after this review, I'm never watching this again. I watched some clips online. I'm never watching the show again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I said earlier too. I'm also subjective enough to know I understand why people do hold
I
it
know.
in
I
regard to
understand.
that. So I do want to at least say that portion of it, because I know we shitting on Breaking Bad, but I do understand. I'm not gonna shit on somebody who tells me Breaking Bad's one of their favorite shows. Like I
Oh
get
yeah, I
that.
ain't mad at that.
But I also know it's like it ain't for me the same way it was when the,
Yeah,
the once you know the plot. There's some movies like that too, right?
yeah,
Once you
for sure.
watched it, all right, you've seen it. Like there's nothing else for me to go back and revisit.
Mhm.
All the emotions were built into the twist or the plot or whatever the
For
case is.
sure.
There's only a handful of movies,
Only, yeah,
that are kind of
No,
suspenseful that you would go back and watch again.
for sure.
you're right. I wouldn't fight nobody to
No,
say
I,
this
no,
was their best
I
favorite show.
get, I
It's
do get,
fine.
I do get it.
It's fine.
It's
It's
just,
just I don't look at it like that.
it's just where we are and us being like, top tier in this space of reviewing
Okay,
prestige
shit, Mo.
television.
Pat these niggas on their back.
That's funny. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel, but we are certified critics at this point. And I ain't coming. I'm not leaving that cliff when I say we're certified critics for the hours and manpower that we've put in on talking television and film. So
Hey man, I'm a legit film critic. I'm part of a voting academy.
you're a real critic, bro. You was out in the city in DC. Like we legit critics. So at this point, it's like I'm not saying our opinion is end all be all, but I'm just saying if you're looking at us, we're not just I'm not the little homie. We're not the little homies at all when it comes to that. So the show, like I said, the highs are there, but like on a consistency level and a through line, it's just not there. And I don't care how you put it. And I don't know if it's a demographic thing. Sometimes I do feel like this is a demographic thing. I
Yeah,
do
very much so.
because there's black television shows. I'm well, I feel like, okay, if white people have never hung around black people like that, this show will completely go over their head and they will not get it. They will not connect with it and they wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? So it's like this, I'm wondering, is this a demographic thing? So
You know what's funny? Yeah, no, absolutely. Because you know what's funny when you said that. I wonder how many white people out there, or people just from any background that aren't black. I wonder if you went up to them and asked them about power, if they would know what you were talking about.
Oh, they probably wouldn't. Like I
Yeah,
worked
like
with a guy
just
that didn't
like
know what Martin was. He knew
yeah,
Fresh
that's
Prince of
insane.
Bel Air, but he had no idea about Martin. He's like, I never watched that sitcom. That's a sitcom like that. Yeah. He's like, oh, I never heard of it. I was like floored, but then I realized I was like, oh no. I had to realize like he's like, oh yeah, I know
That's
Fresh Prince of Bel
wild.
Air. Will Smith. I was like, oh
He was
wow,
about your age. Little
yeah,
older.
yeah. He probably like a year older, year or two older.
That makes sense.
So I was like, okay, and that's
Chris
when I
Martin
realized.
overrated. We can talk about that somewhere else.
Now you
Yeah,
sound like Animal
don't.
Brown with Riding Dirty. If Martin's overrated, Riding Dirty's overrated. How about that? How about that?
Yeah, man.
How
How
about
about
that?
that? How about
How
that?
about that?
How about that? We are
Touche.
back at Jesse's crib. The party's still going. The pizza is delivered, and it is not cut. Obviously, this is an homage to a lot of the fanfare that took place in the infamous episode where Walt throws the pizza on the roof. A lot of people on the internet at the time were like, "Hey, why is that pizza not cut? Why is it just landing up there?" So, in order to explain that, they wrote this little bit into this episode, which explains why the pizza wasn't cut. It's a place in New Mexico, even though this is not a true thing. It was just something they fucked up in doing when they were on production. But either way, the doorbell rings. It's Andrea. She sees there's a party, so Jesse goes outside to talk to her. She's been trying to call him. There's Brock in the back seat. She recounts the events at the end of Half Measures and says those two dealers were killed. And then she found an envelope of cash in her mailbox the same night. She wants to know if it was from Jesse, and most importantly, is anyone looking for this money? Jesse tells her no, use the money to leave that neighborhood, spend it on glass, do whatever you want to, but I don't think you are going to do that. I don't think you're going to spend it on glass. I think you're going to do the right thing. She keeps the money and she pulls off. Flashback to Andrea, not flashback, but just call back to her. We see her, involved in this.
T.
Um,
Mook Jane.
that's funny. You telling me that story about the pizza and the
Hmm.
fanfare and stuff that was on the internet? What year was this? 2011? It wasn't even late, right? 2000. What?
Yeah, the pizza happened 2000 what 10 or so. We're in 2011 right
Bruh,
now.
that goes to everything that we've been fucking saying. It makes me like this episode even less that they took time out to address
Bro.
internet fodder in fucking 2010. It ain't 2026. Y'all taking time out of a fucking hit TV show to tell us, fucked up here. This how we're gonna make it. Like, man, get this out of here. This like this scene, the next scene, and with what you was talking about when she came with the money, it was like, was somebody gonna come looking for it? Why do it matter? You got a big like what are you talking about? This none of this makes sense, bro. I don't know her. I don't know her to have that type of sensibility to be like, she was finna smoke crack with what she was finna smoke meth with dude while her son was but I'm worried about this big chunk of money that you brought me. Get out of here. And then when we go to the next scene with Skylar, like he gonna be that uptight when he making money off of bullshit business that he don't want to do? Y'all didn't have nothing to talk about. And y'all didn't take no time to not being lazy and stringing us through this bullshit as viewers. This shit is bad, man. This episode fucking sucks.
This is Breaking Bad.
God, this fucking sucks. You telling me that made me even more mad about this
Now that me
episode.
too. It's like
How the fuck would you put this man? We don't care.
y'all think we
Get
hey,
the fuck out of here.
bro, Stephen A. Smith clip. I want everybody to know
I don't care. I
we
don't
don't
care.
care.
Told you. They came out shooting left
God,
handed.
this
I'm just
bad.
fucking around. I'm gonna shoot half court shots the whole game.
Jesus
I ain't gonna
Christ.
shoot it all. I'm just gonna pass all
The
game.
problem is y'all think y'all that good and y'all not. Y'all
Yeah,
wasn't ready.
nigga, you
Y'all
think
wasn't
you
ready.
Jordan.
Yeah.
You wasn't ready for this. Hit
Yeah,
me
yeah.
with this 35 episodes in, man. You don't know where the fuck you going.
Yeah,
You
y'all-
don't know
y'all
what you got going on, bro.
Bro,
And we can tell.
y'all weren't ready for these black critics. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Y'all wasn't ready for this. So
Hey man,
mhm.
this shit's silly.
Yeah.
All of this shit's silly.
Yeah.
Walt pulls up to Gus's house at night. I ain't gonna lie, just from a cinematography standpoint,
Looks
from a
good.
visual standpoint, one of my favorite shots.
Looks good,
Not
yeah.
this episode, but in Breaking Bad, there's an overhead shot that they rented a crane to shoot,
Mm.
and I like that shot just because I guess they were trying to show how how insignificant Walt really is. Like Walt is so Walt. You gotta laugh at this shit, man. Walt is so fucking.
I know what you
So
mean.
fucking fried. This nigga said, "Hey, he been told over and over that you ain't never see Gus again." And this nigga said, "You know what? They probably didn't even show us how many times he drove to Polio's Hermanos. You know what I mean?"
Mm-hmm.
So he says, "You know what? I remember having dinner with him once. I'm gonna go back to that house with my gun in hand, and I'm gonna walk up to the front door, knock, and shoot him." I don't know if that was his plan, but he gets a phone call saying, "Go home, Walter." And that nigga was looking around like he couldn't believe it. Like, whoa, who the fuck does this? Like, what are you talking about?
He put his hat on. That's when I was like, bro.
The nigga put his hat on and
I
all
said,
that
this
shit,
episode
bro.
is trash. Like, I knew then. I was like, you're not a real criminal, bro.
He really thinks he's the most important person alive. Like, what makes you think he can pull this off?
You're going to kill this guy. Put this hat on. It's like Artie Bucco when he thought he was going to get Adriana when he put the earring on. It's like, what?
This nigga thought the hat was like a superhero thing, bro.
That's why I said this
Superman
is
putting his cape
again.
on.
This is a nerd writing about a nerd that is curious about criminal activity. This is what the show is,
That's a
bro.
good point.
That's all this is, and it comes off this way. I'm sorry. Shout out to Vince Gilligan for creating an interesting plot, but like that's what it is, bro. The shit is just it don't hit. Bro.
I remember that Rick Ross song. I think it's on God Forgives I Don't know what album it's on either way. He was like, I ain't just the type of nigga you could just walk up on and just
murk at a 7-Eleven.
at the gas station.
Get permission.
Bro, what the fuck? Walt funny as fuck, bro. I think I've said this before. I wish I was Walt friend. Like, I wish I was his confidant and he tells me his ideas. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you thinking? It's almost like Walt told him in Half Measures. Like, bro, I'm not going to do it because it's idiotic. Your plan is dumb. He needs people like that to say, your plan is dumb. Why the fuck would you walk up to this? You don't even, I think Spike Lee said it earlier, you don't even know if this man really live here. You don't know what this is. We talked about it in the actual episode. He got kids toys. Man, Gus don't look like one person that got a family. That's the last thing Gus screams to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? This looks like a front.
Have we brought this up before to your point? Like, he ain't got friends.
Nah, he just worked.
It's the only show we've ever seen. It's the only show we've ever seen where the main character don't have like no friends.
Oh, you talking about Walt?
Like not even like Walt ain't got. I mean,
Hank
friends.
Hank
is the closest, but he family. Like that don't even count.
Friend. That's his brother-in-law. I'm talking about a friend. Like I don't think I've ever watched a TV show where the main character didn't have any friends.
Rock didn't have no friends.
She at least got associates.
I mean, the people down at the trash. He talked about the people down at the. He talking
about Raquel Thomas, not Rock the garbage man.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rock.
Oh no, Rock. My bad. No, my bad. Raquel. My bad. I should say Raquel. Raquel didn't have no friends though. So
she at least had people around. Like
true.
He got
Jesse. It's the same thing.
Yeah, you're a good point. That's a good point, Mo. She doesn't have any friends per se.
Well, she about like Rock and him the same.
See, that's why. That's again. I'm sorry.
She's just more street smart than he is.
That are Soprano haters. That's what helps the Tony fourth 3-dimensional. He has a Artie Bucco. So
you have to. Great, and that's where I was going with my point.
Makes a difference.
We don't have this sympathy for Walt because we don't see him be that way with anybody on this screen. He's always this manipulative piece of shit, conniving person. Like we won't even see him be friends with anybody. Mm-hmm. We saw all of the others, and that's what I was getting to in most of the major. When we're talking about the TV shows that we love, the reason that you have these conflicting feelings about these anti-heroes is because you get to see them do and be other things. Like with Walt, it's like all of it's fake and all of it's an act. Like even when he's at home, it's fake and it's an act. When he's in meth lab, it's fake and it's an act. Like it's just it never really adds up.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah, I'm about done with this episode. I would keep it a B. Like we could tie all this shit together.
Wrap it. Wrap it.
Wrap. I'm about to hit the Joe button with the Migos, man.
I'll hit the big. I'll stop us for the big talking points. We got a scene where Marie's cleaning out Hank's toilet bowl. Courier drops off 16 boxes of minerals. He's yelling about how many boxes there are, if there's damage. Marie's at her wits' end. It just shows that. We got Skylar. She walking in the car wash. I do want to talk about this and get your thoughts on it. Skylar walks in the car wash with her business suit on, speaks to Mr. Wollenitz about buying the business. They go into his office. He pretty much says that she's not built for that life. There's a lot of scrubbing, a lot of cleaning. He says he built this business from the ground up for 30 years, quotes her at $10 million. dollars. She pulls out proof and evidence that her valuation of the business is actually 879,000. It's really 829, but I'm giving you an extra 50K so you don't feel insulted. You know, she's very detailed with her research and why she's offering this money. He counters with $20 million dollars because it's for Walter White. Don't think I don't recognize you. I know exactly who you are. That man quit with no notice. He damaged my air fresheners. He grabbed himself. And he ain't even man enough to face me. He got to send his woman in here. Price is $20 million. Get the fuck out of my office. I want to get y'all thoughts on this interaction. We see Skylar go anyway, even though Walt said no to handle this, put on the business suit. Skylar on top of it, I got to give it real. It's kind of Walter's fault. If she was just coming in off the street, I think she could have pulled this off. What are y'all thoughts on this scene, though?
Go ahead, Spike.
This frustrated me as well. I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but to think that this dude who looks like he doesn't enjoy running his car wash wouldn't take 50 grand to get a car wash up. I guess it's his livelihood. I guess so, but you still got an $850,000 head start to try to do something else. And to think that he was that mad at Walter for walking out and quitting this bullshit ass job that you don't like either, it didn't make sense tonally. Like it was just something again where you could clearly tell that they had hit a wall with the stories and were trying to just throw shit in here. This does not make sense.
No, like again, nerd writing about nerd getting into the crime business don't land, and it's just don't work. Yeah, this show has shown me y'all are putting so much on the filler until y'all have, ooh, here's a good idea. And then when y'all finally execute a good idea, then it's like, yo, that runs. And then y'all go on a few episode runs, like, okay, cool. We are in the real thing, not the dog days. But then it's like you get back to these moments, it's like you're upset with Walter because he didn't give you a 2-week notice. So you want to charge him $10 million? Like, what are we talking about? This is so silly. Man. Like, it's so silly. But I did want to say with the Marie scene, it was just interesting. She had yellow on instead of purple, but the delivery guy had purple on. I don't know what that means, but I know it means something. So I thought that was a real interesting thing. Marie never not has purple. You think
she cheating on Hank?
She want to.
The delivery guy?
She want to. She's trying to get the black dude, but he can't. But he had Chuck. Yeah, but he ain't had no stash, so they weren't gonna go anyway.
Nah, you know that. Never mind. Let me stop.
You gotta have the full experience. You know what
I mean? Getting back to any other thoughts on that Skylar scene?
Nah. But I mean, it's good that
it was a good scene, but it's
good that she knows her numbers because that's a tie into her with.
It did do a breadcrumb for something we see in the future. Yes, good point. It shows how good Skylar is at her job.
Yeah, so
that's what it was beneficial of. Yep, yeah. I agree with that.
But again, this is. It's not lazy writing. It's just weak writing. It's like y'all.
It's uninspired.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
there's no inspiration in this episode. There's nothing inspiring here where you like, oh shit, this is flat. It just like hits a wall. Like nothing is like intriguing. Nothing is new. It's just like a stale. It's like a stale cracker.
It's very.
This episode is a stale cracker, bro.
Yeah. And yeah, it's the second episode of
a bowl of cornflakes, no sugar, no nothing.
Oh, it's cornflakes is insane. No sugar. Ugh.
Yeah, just
Rice Krispies,
Cheerios,
Rice Krispies, no shit.
Cheerios, like no honey nut, just Cheerios.
Yeah, just regular Cheerios, man. There is one other scene that I want to talk about. Obviously, we got to close the scene, so I'll mention it. But before we get there, we're back at the bar, and Mike is watching a sleazy ass Saul Goodman commercial. They missed Saul this episode. They could have definitely utilized Saul to kind of brighten things up this episode, but
that would have given me some pop.
Yep.
We see a sleazy Saul Goodman commercial about the flight crash. There's a lot of fine print about because he's promising people out winning 6, 7, 8 figure settlements, and there's a little fine print about the numbers being imaginative. Mike just giving a cheers. You know, he's been drinking, knocking him back a little bit. Walt comes in, and once again, this is Mike Ehrmantraut. Before he even turns around to acknowledge me, he lets Walt know, man, if you're gonna do this, if you plan on telling people, you need to get better. Once again, this is very similar to what we've been hearing all episode. At the very top of the episode, the gun say you need to practice your draw a lot. Like, bruh, you are not about to. Everybody's telling you this isn't what you do. Walt offered to buy Mike a drink. Mike accepts. Makes a hell of a lot more than him. Why not? Mike is drinking a Jive Turkey. That's the actual. Obviously, it's a play on Wild Turkey, but the bottle they have is Jive Turkey. Walt is pulling a rich. He's pulling a rich, man. He feels the need to explain himself. You know, he wants to make sure his actions are understood. And Walt says he did this out of loyalty to Jesse and self-defense. He didn't want any of this to happen. He tries to relate with Mike by acknowledging that he knows he was just following orders when he tried to kill him. To which Mike says, "That's a load off my mind," sarcastically. And he also says, "I get it. Drink up, Walter." So this is the first sign. Like, Walt's telling you, like, "I get it, bro. You ain't got to say no more. I get it, man. Go ahead and drink a drink. We cool." And of course, in true Walt fashion, he keeps going on. He says the last couple of weeks made him wonder where he stands. He knows Mike has to feel the same way. Mike stopped him once again. "Walt, what's up with the gun? I noticed it at the lab the other day. Your right hip. You ain't slick, my nigga. What's going on with it? What you got that gun for?" Carry it if it makes you feel better, but push comes to shove, it won't help you. Similar to what the salesman said. If you need more than 5 bullets, bro, you already fucked. Walt says they're in the same boat, and if Gus will do it to Victor, then he could do it to Mike. You cut a man's throat to send a message. What kind of man are you do? And then then Mike really comes. You said what?
You said, what kind of man are you? I said a middle one.
You funny, man. And then Mike, this is when Mike really gets irritated. "Hey, you won, Walt. You got the job. Learn to take yes for an answer." That was it. That was Walt's cue. We're not even talking about some super criminal shit. We're just talking about just as a human being to read the room. Like, you shouldn't pick up on all the signs, bruh. Take the dub. You pushing your luck, bruh. You're not that slick. I'm really upset that you got this shit off because you ain't that slick. But you did. Here, cheers to you. Do your thing, take your win, and go on about your life. You can't do that. He tells Mike, "Hey, man, just put me in the room with him. Put me in the room with him, man. I'll go ahead and take care of the rest." Mike's lip starts quivering, and he asks Walt if he's done. Once Walt confirms, Mike knocks him on his ass, kicks him a couple times. Walt's coughing, and Mike just calmly puts on his coat, thanked Walt for the drink, and walked out.
Oh, this is the most satisfying scene of this episode.
Yeah, boy.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The first time around, I didn't like it. I didn't like it because I'm rooting for Walt. This time, totally different.
Yes. Yes, we needed this. We needed this after this episode. God dang.
Hey, listen, the funniest part of this is Walter, like when Mike asks him, "Are you done?" Walter is doing the physical gesture like he's in control. Like almost on some like, "We're done when I say we're done." So he kind of looks at him and he kind of rolls his neck a little bit. He's like, "Yeah, we're done." And that was the funniest thing. Mike hauls off, hits him with a one piece.
He said, "Yeah, you're done," like somebody ain't never got punched in the mouth before.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What, he already got whooped up by Jesse.
No, he has. You're right. He has got punched in the mouth before, but he's still presenting himself as a person who don't read the room and understand the situation. Like that little neck roll, like what you said, Mo. That's what's going to get you knocked out in this goddamn bar.
Mm-hmm.
Knock your glasses off your head, man. And I know I said it. I know I've been saying this all episode about Walt. I think all of us have been really harping in our points about how we feel about this episode. But if I'm Mike, and this is the reason why he hauls off on him. I kind of talked about it, how he just feels like, damn, bro, you got it off. Go ahead and just take that for a win. But who the fuck you think you are? Scratch that. Who the fuck you think I am? That you can walk in this bar after tailing me, not even being slick about it, and request me to put you in a room with Gus so you can kill him. I just don't like.
That's crazy because I know you got that gun.
Hey, once again, another wild reference. When Brother Muzon got shot, Stringer went to go see him in the hospital. He asked him who it was. And we saw Brother Muzon's response. There's a later scene when Stringer goes to jail to talk to Avon. And he casually says, you know, I asked him who it was, but he ain't saying. He said, you asked him. Avon said, you asked him who it was? Stringer said, yeah. He said, why? You don't ask no soldier no question like that. You don't do that to Mike, bruh. You don't put, and you Walter White? What the fuck are you doing? Who the fuck you think I am? That's why I'm whooping your ass, and I didn't even beat your ass like I could have. This is just a message to say, I don't know what the fuck you thought this was. I don't know who you thought you were. I don't know who you thought I am. But you gotta calm the fuck down. This ends right here. You done.
He hit him with the Allen. He hit him with the Allen Iverson.
Hey,
too.
it took me a minute to get that Brother Muzan offense of that, in the sense of
Yeah.
like he was offended because, like, nigga, if you ask me who he was, he'd be dead already.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know. If I knew who the fuck he was, he'd be dead. What the fuck you asking me for? So yeah.
Man, Avon broke it down. Either he gonna tell us or he ain't. Either way.
Yeah, either way.
I ain't got shit to
I
do
ain't
with you,
got to
bro. We
ask
gonna
him
clean up
shit.
his mess. Once again, bro, that's a professional soldier, bro. If it was something, he gonna handle it.
Yeah, so to that
He don't
point,
need your
to tie
help.
it in, me being slow with my bad, to tie it in, like, bro, you would come here in this bar and you ask me to buy a drink, and you like, you're trying to, like, almost like you're antagonizing me. Like, who do you think I am? Like, and same thing with Gus. Like, Walt is so delusional. This episode, it makes this series almost unbelievable.
That's what I'm saying. This is
Like,
season 2, Walt.
why is he so delusional?
This is season 2, Walt. Like,
it don't make sense that, like, as smart as Walt is, he sees what Gus got going on. You see this big front. You see that he got this whole community thing with the chicken spot, the laundry. Like, bro, it's an underground meth lab. You cooking 200 pounds of meth a week. You see what's going on. Why do you think that you somebody that could take this dude? Like, what the fuck are you thinking? It does not make sense. And then to go to Mike and be like, who's his enforcer? I'm gonna meet this dude at a bar after telling him, like you said, Rich, pull up on him, and I got enough conversation to be like, hey man, you know what? I'm gonna make it right for both of us. I ain't got no connections. I ain't got no pathways to get the work going. Like, I don't know how we gonna make money, but guess what? Get me in a room with Bud. I'm gonna kill him though, and that makes sense.
I'm gonna take away
Man,
the
I
way
hit you in your
you.
mouth too.
I'm gonna take away the way you eat. Yeah.
Hey, you wanna partner up and kill our boss and not have any income? You wanna do that? Fuck you talking about, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Oh shit, man. We end the episode. People are leaving Jesse's, man. Enough is enough. Bruh. Badger and Stinky Pink said, man, we've been here 3 days, bruh. No sleep, kicking it. I got a cat, maybe. I gotta feed it. Nigga, I can't do it, man. We gonna catch up with you next week. Nothing but good days ahead. Jesse's alone, puts the music up full blast while looking distraught with the feelings that he's been trying to conceal. The place is a mess. So is Jesse's life. Great expression and physical acting by Aaron Paul to show Jesse's state of mind. But that's how we end the episode once he finally gets a moment with his thoughts alone. That is season 4, episode 2. We made it. We made it through. But before we officially end, we got to make sure we get through some categories. So, most interesting plot between Jesse and Walt. Who you going with?
Is neither? Have we ever had to take neither?
Yeah,
Can we do that for this one? I'm going neither.
After this episode, it's really not. I don't
Yeah,
really
I'm
care
going
what y'all
neither
got
for
going
this
on.
one.
I'm sick of Walt. For
you
real.
know what? I'm
Like,
gonna go Jesse on this because Walter was so unbelievable. I think
Jesse literally partied for 3 days.
I mean, he partied for 3 days, and that ain't interesting. But like Walter was so much more unbelievable. Again, the Jesse reverting back after he moved past it. This should have been season 4, episode 1, and then Box Cutter should have been episode 2. You know, maybe, or like some parts of it, because like the way they sequences was off. But I do think there was something interesting with the colors of the speaker. I feel like those represent all of the different emotions of Jesse. I didn't get to say that during the episode, but I think all his feelings are like similar to these different colors. That's what Jesse's feeling. But I would say Jesse, even though he wasn't in it as much, only because Walt's scenes, just about every scene wasn't believable. He's on the phone with Skyler. He's dropping bullets. He's practicing shooting at a blank seat. He's talking to the gun dealer. Like, it's, he puts a hat on trying to go whack Gus. There's so much. Every scene Walt was in was unbelievable, and so for that reason, I have to give it to Jesse alone.
I don't know, man. Mike.
And I ain't saying
Sure.
much.
Neither one. Yeah. I just sure Jesse, because Walt. I'm just sick of Walt. Like Walt is just you out your fucking mind. So
Yeah.
let's see what happened with Jesse. Favorite conversation this episode.
Skylar in the car wash, dude.
That's a good one.
I think that's mine too. I think that's either that or Skylar and Walt on the phone.
That's a good one.
What a cold open.
The cold open is really good.
Oh,
that's
good
really
one.
good.
That's in contender. That's in contender.
Actually, yeah, I'm changing mine to that. I'm changing mine to cold open.
I'm going with Walt and Hank. I mean Walt and Mike. Yeah, because like just the way Mike was patient the whole time. He always do. he always do. I'm gonna steal on this nigga.
Yeah.
He knew he was gonna do it. He was just trying to figure out
because he's like his eyes when he said, "Are you done?" Like he was focused. Let him finish everything because I'm about to knock you.
He knew he was gonna knock him out from the time.
Yeah, so
like when he said, "What you doing with that strap?" Like he knew he was gonna hit him then.
So that conversation, even though the conversation wasn't super elaborate, but I'll probably go that conversation. Yeah,
it's the first one. It's the cold open because it sets the tone for the rest of the episode, bro. You're out of your league. You're out of your depths, bro. Like I'm telling you right now, and we just see example after example of that this entire episode. And just to go to Jonathan Banks, who plays Mike, just to give him more credit, that's the same lip quiver he gave in the half measure speak when he was talking about the guy out in the desert that he's just waiting there like a dog waiting for his scraps. You know, he got that whip quiver. You can tell that drew some kind of emotion out of him. So even from an observational standpoint, you should have seen that, Walt. We talked about him not reading the room. You should have seen that lip quiver. Like, this nigga's pissed. Like, bro, I don't know what you thought this was or something like that, man. It's almost like asking a man if you could fuck his wife. Like, bro, what? Like, it's some shit is just so what?
Yeah.
Are you serious? What made you think I was the person to ask this? It's just kind of odd, but favorite conversation is definitely the first one. Just cause, man, like I'm willing to turn down money and how I feed my family. Because this just don't fit. It don't look right. I'm watching your goofy ass trying to draw. You asking if it's on the right side. You don't know shit about guns, obviously. Like, hell nah. I know Saul sent you, but we ain't doing this. Best scene. For me, it's Mike.
Walt
Mike
and Mike.
beating Walt.
Yeah, for me. Walt beating Mike. Mike beating Walt ass. I'm a soldier.
Mike beating Walt ass. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I mean if I ain't say that.
Yeah. I ain't got a lot. I mean, I'll probably go Hank and Marie, I guess. The night scene. Just to be different. Right. That's
You gotta explain. Hey, I'm gonna do my Mike Armstrong right now. Drink a drink, Mo.
Hey, take the yes.
I got it. Yes, I got it.
Yes.
Drink a drink. Who took the half measure this episode?
Us, the viewers, the people that tuned in or expecting the rest of this series to be of part of a prestige TV show. The people that tuned in and didn't expect the writers and the people that created this to look like they didn't know what the fuck that they had going on. We took the half measure this episode.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Skylar.
I'm gonna say Walt. Walt took it. Walt just had a shit.
Walt was there for me, but I'm
that's
going
the easy answer, right?
It is the easy answer, but I'm going Skylar because it's
obvious,
like,
yeah.
You pulled up on some. I'm Skylar White. Like you should have. You could have did anything else. Like once you know what I mean. Once you get the paperwork going and all that, like it's so many ways she could have played it, and she thought about everything but that, and that affected the deal not going through. So I'm going Skylar.
I'm going with Marie.
That was on my
Yeah,
It's a
it's
good
like
one.
Marie's like that. I don't care about her. She like that stranger. You just out in public somewhere. You see the nigga just screaming on his girl. Like, damn, man, I feel bad for her, man. That's fucked up. But then you just go about your day. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't really think twice about it. That's kind of what it was. But you still, for that moment, like, damn, man, that's fucked up, bro.
He going a
Like,
little too hard on her. Though.
I hope she leave him. Like, but that's all you think about it. It
Yeah, for
ain't
sure.
nothing else past that. You
Yeah.
go on about to whatever you was doing and call it a day. So I'm gonna give it to Marie because I did. I don't like how Hank treating her, but
Yeah,
also don't
he
really
going
give a
wild
fuck.
too. Yeah.
Who's the MVP?
Gus.
Mike.
I'm about to say Gus, somebody who ain't even in the episode, nigga.
Gus.
You never
a
see
good
hear
one.
from me again, nigga. I'm getting low. I ain't even got to get low. You just can't find me. You can't contact
Yeah.
me.
You wouldn't even be able to find me. There's
Yeah,
no
you wouldn't
way
even know
that
this.
you would be able to find me.
Definitely
Yeah,
Gus.
Who'd you say?
Mike.
Mike. Yeah. Um, and mid pack for everyone.
Yes.
If we haven't been
Is
very
that
obvious,
our
this
is that our
episode.
low?
This the
That's our
cocoa.
lowest.
This the cocoa powder. What's the
Chili powder.
This the
chili powder?
shit.
Yeah, that's season 1
Hey
shit.
man,
Yeah,
this shit
chili powder.
this shit Reggie.
Yeah, we stepped on.
Super
They put
Reggie.
all,
That
they
very
put all the shit on this,
seeds.
man.
stick
Yeah.
seeds, all that. You got to work hard to get a good smoke out of
You
this.
can't even take that shit out. You just gotta roll it all up.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
deal with
just
the
live with
consequences.
it. Yeah. You
Yeah.
might poke a hole in your
Fuck
blunt
it.
off of that with
Yeah,
the
you
stems
just
in
trying.
there.
I'm just trying to get high, my nigga. At this
Hey,
point,
you got to
Like,
plug.
ain't
You got to
even-
plug the hole in the blunt
Hey,
because you got
You
stems.
know, cut off a little piece of it.
Hey, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
plug it over top. Like, yeah, this it right
Hey
there.
man, you got to work
Yeah,
through
this
that
ain't
seed.
even. I'd rather break
Seed
down all the
popping.
roaches. I'd rather break down all the roaches and
It's
and
one of them,
Bruh, straight
yeah, I got an
up.
ashtray full of
Yeah,
roaches.
yep.
Straight up,
because
straight
this
up,
is
before
stick to
I-
stems for
Run that,
sure.
cause you're gonna be high with that. Like that's gonna give you
Yeah.
yeah, that motherfucker gonna hit.
This ain't even that. That's the crazy
That's what I'm
part.
saying,
I know.
bro.
Hey,
That shit.
there's people listening to this like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Everybody know if you've been in that situation,
hey,
you know that shit gonna take you up there.
Listen,
Hey, but the
break
people
down the
that do
roaches.
know, the people that do know, that's why they love this show.
They laugh
That's
at
why
like,
they love
yo.
this show. Exactly.
Hey, the roaches
Oh,
get it done,
shit.
bro. They get
Hey,
it
boy,
done.
that
on
roach
it.
blunt,
bro.
that roach
They've been
blunt,
seasoned. They've been
listen,
seasoned,
come
bro.
on.
They've been
Hey,
simmering for
hey,
a long
you know what I'm
time. They've been
saying?
ready.
Yeah, you one of them
Marinated.
motherfuckers. Hey, listen,
Marinated in THC.
darted.
Hey, man.
Yeah, damn,
You looking like damn.
Hey man, that's our episode this week, y'all. Man, we about to get up out of here. Remember, reach out to us.
shit.
Let us know your thoughts. We'll be back to our normal recording schedule next week, I believe. Instagram NMHM _ Breaking Bad Pod. Email no more half measures pod @gmail.com. We out of here, Mo.
Keep cooking.